Alright, this is the Lumintop HL18 headlamp 18650 IPX6 waterproof rated 950 lumen headlamp. It comes with a head strap, it comes with a clip, it is rechargeable, it has a magnetic tail cap, and it tail stands, and it's at a 90-degree angle, and the button's at the top of the light as you know, instead of on the end of the light like traditional light. So you got a couple of things that are unique about this light. I think we should go ahead and get into them. So what you get in the box is you get a package with some O-rings in it, you get the head strap, you get the clip, I'm pretty sure you get a charging cable. I can't remember. It doesn't matter now. I've got so many of them, I don't know. But this light is a good size for headlamp. It's really light. Even with the battery in it, it's light enough to carry. It feels comfortable. We're going to compare it today to the H2R Nova by Olight, because they are very similar lights in every kind of way. Same height, same size, different performance, different chargers. So it's up to you on how much money you want to spend and if it's worth it to have specific things. So let's get into the user interface on this light. So what you get is you do a single click and it will turn it on. Let's go through the modes first. So if you hold it down, it will come on, and that is 1 lumen. Alright, and then you just click and that takes you to the next level. That gives you 40 lumens. And then you go up to 200 lumens. Click it again, 400 lumens. And click it again is 950 lumens. Now they're claiming a 2-hour and 45-minute runtime. Now this light is a bit more focused than, say, the H2R. So if you want to carry one that you need to see further away from you than just what's at your feet and what's in your hands, then you want to go with the Lumintop HL18, because that's what it's for. It's for a little bit more distance than the H2R. The H2R Nova is completely flood. There is no distance to this light at all, except for in just lumen output. 2 hours and 45 minutes is a ridiculous amount of time to have 950 lumens on your head, and I really like it. So the head strap here. So let's get into, now if you just keep clicking, it'll just keep going through the modes. So the way you turn this, which I like, because on the H2R Nova, when you turn that light on, right, you have to now hold it down to go through the modes. And I don't like to wait that long sometimes, you know. So when you turn this thing on, you're wearing it on your head, you're walking around trying to see, and let's say all of a sudden it's not bright enough, click, it's a little bit brighter. If that ain't bright enough, click it again, it gets brighter. And that's it. And you can't accidentally turn it off on your head. You have to hold this down to turn it off. With the H2R Nova, when you turn it on, it's great and everything. I just wish the user interface was more like the Lumintop. So now if I just click it, it just turns right off. Or if I try to mess with it and accidentally double click it, I get that super bright light, which is blinding, which is bad if you're trying to work and you've got a light on your head. So I like that this one turns on. I don't like that you have to hold it down to change modes. I've really come to like this Lumintop, that when I turn it on, I can just click and go right through the modes and then hold it down to turn it off. I never accidentally leave myself in the dark or hit turbo mode and go blinding myself. What I don't like about this, though, is that I wear the clip just like this, straight opposite of the beam, or the head, the bezel. So that way, when I put it in my pocket, it's facing in instead of out or something like that. And it's just a personal preference. So I'm finding that every time I have to charge it, I have to slide the clip out of the way. With the H2R Nova, it doesn't matter where you put this clip, because it charges on the end with a magnet. So I like that I don't have to slide that around and move it to charge it. And then on the charger, I definitely don't think it's going to get water in it, but it's kind of difficult to get it back in. You have to do some struggling sometimes to, like, you have to make sure there's not just no push it down with your thumb. You have to work this thing back in, and it took some training. You can see there it's still not all the way back in. It took some training for me to get used to not being able, because most of the ones with these caps, you just shove them back in the hole. So this one you would have to watch and make sure you're actually putting it in there correctly all the way around. And there's a bit of a little bitty lip that will show you, and you'll know. So it's good because it shows that it's not in there. It's just takes a little getting used to. But to me, that makes sure you make sure it's waterproof every time. So that slows it down if you're ever going to want to use this thing like in a hurry. Like just yank it off the charger and go running with it, or go out with it, you know, in the weather. If you just make sure you put that in, you'll be fine. Anyway, the magnet on here is a good strong magnet. I mean, it holds the light. It holds the light plenty. It takes a good bit to get it off there. It's strong enough to hold it, and that's me wiggling it off. But I mean, see, it's holding on there good. I would say they are the same when it comes to the magnet. I mean, they have the same amount of strength. So it's a good magnet. The HL18 has a great magnet on it, actually. Alright, so to lock this out, you just hold it down. It'll come on in the lowest mode, and then it'll start flickering, and you let go. And now I can only use it in momentary or constant pressure. So that means I have to hold down the button to get light to come out. And it will stay that way. I can't double click. I can't do anything to get it out of there. The only way you can get it out of lockout mode is to take the tail cap off. So I don't like that. I wish there was a way, triple click or quadruple click, or holding it down again to get it unlocked. But you pull it out of your bag, you'll have to take the lid off and put the lid back on, and now I'm unlocked again. There is a flash mode. So if I hold it down to get moonlight mode and I double click, I get a strobe mode. And then click again, and double click again, I get the other modes. There's a SOS mode as well. And there's a beacon mode. And you just click once and those will turn off. Sorry, you got to hold it down to turn it off. You hold it down, it turns off, and then when you turn it back on, it'll be in whatever the last mode you used. So, turn it on. You click, click, click. If you double click any of the rest of the time, you don't get anything. You have to be in that moonlight mode to get to your strobe, which I like because you're not going to accidentally bump it and get strobe while you're trying to work or walk across something or climb a ladder or something. You got to turn it off. Hold it down and get that moonlight mode, then double click to get to strobe. And then when you click through it again, it'll go through the other modes, the SOS and the beacon, which I like because you're not going to accidentally get into strobe, which to me on a headlamp you may need strobe, but you definitely don't want to accidentally get into it. So alrighty. Well, I guess we'll take it outside and see what we get. Alright, so this is the HL18 by Lumintop, and I'm going to be comparing it to the H2R Nova from Olight. So this is your Lumintop that you're seeing now. It's on the highest level, which is 950 lumens. Olight has a 600 lumen high output, with the exception of the turbo, but we're not going to include turbo in this comparison. So there's your 650. I'm sorry, 600 and 950. There's your Olight. Here's your Lumintop. So here's your Lumintop. So I'm standing at the edge of the street here, and that's a house across the street. So this is our lowest. It's at our feet, so that's plenty bright enough to do anything you need to do. Then the next one up reaches all the way across the street, it lights up. Then the next one, I think that's the highest. Oh, there's the highest. Alright. I mean, it's a headlamp. It's not for distance. It's for up close. But it's plenty of brightness for up close. I mean, see, it's illuminating this whole tree. So the O-Light has a different color. It seems a bit warmer. And it's got a more of a floody and a little bit less distance on it. But on the camera, it looks like it's brighter, but they're really pretty close to being the same, even though this one's 650 and then your Lumintop is supposed to be 9. This is your Lumintop. Alrighty, so that's a Lumintop HL18. I'd say it's very comparable to that O-Light H2R Nova. They run off the same type of battery, they're the same size, but one's going to cost you a whole lot more. The O-Light costs more. The Lumintop HL18 is cheaper, and it's got a bit of a different beam. It's more focused and goes further out, and it has a special way to get to the strobe mode, which I like. It's a good light. But anyway, there it is. You decide whether or not you want one. The HL18 by Lumintop. Appreciate you guys watching.